Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's go back to 1969 and some very early Jethro Tull off of the Stand Up album. It's a song called A New Day Yesterday. And this is one where Martin Barre and his just phenomenal heavy electric guitar tones really shines. Now, I'm going to guess that many of you will hear similarities to very early Led Zeppelin, like Zeppelin 1, Zeppelin 2, because the similarities are there. Now, this was recorded and released in 1969, so pretty simultaneously with the early Zeppelin stuff. And that's not a bad thing, it just is what it is. But Um, I'm not going to sit here and say that one took from the other or vice versa. I mean, let's face it, in this time period, there was a lot of musical collaboration. There was a lot of people going out and seeing other artists in small clubs and going, oh man, that's a cool sound. I got to figure out how to get that sound. I mean, think about how many people tried to be Jimi Hendrix in 1968, right? Think about how many people, tried to get into sort of that tonalities of early Black Sabbath and what have you. I mean, people were borrowing from each other quite regularly. Even Hendrix was, you know, taking notes off the Beatles. I mean, for God's sakes, he performed Sergeant Pepper in a live situation before the Beatles ever thought about doing it, right? Literally 3 days after the album was released, he was performing Sergeant Pepper on stage. So, there was a lot of driving one another to get different tones, pushing one another to get different tones, and the real experimentation was, something that pushed the entire genre of music and rock music to different levels in different ways, right? The flute solo. Let's talk about the flute solo for a second. I think it was a really interesting use of panning effects and reverb. At first, the flute solo started off in this side, and then, a few bars in, shifted to this side. And then it got into the point where you could hear his breathing. And so they pulled it back into a deep reverb. And again, I think it was just a really interesting use of engineering tricks and effects that sounded incredible. Martin Barre is an underappreciated and under talked about, under referred to guitar hero and legend, and he deserves a bit more respect on his name, in my opinion. I mean, he's a phenomenal musician, and again, he just deserves a little bit more credit for inspiring people to play the instrument. So, hat tip to Martin Barre. Be curious to find out what you think. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we could talk about it further. Know that I appreciate you, and I wish you all well. Okay, y'all take care.